Happy?
Yeah, I'm happy.
Let's go, let's go. Airspeed to live instruments in the green. Nose off the deck. And we're off the deck. Look at the solid traffic down there.
I know, it took me a while to get here.
Yeah. And clear to my side. Can you see anybody down your way?
No.
Cool.
Lovely evening.
It is a lovely evening. Golf Oscar Alpha departing the circuit to the east and climbing to 1,500 feet. Golf Oscar Alpha is basic service. Basic service, Golf Oscar Alpha. There's nobody above us, so we can climb now. Full power. Just watch you don't touch the red tit on the top of that, because then you'll transmit. Be serious jocking. I think we'll go up through the gully up towards Bury and Rockstall, and then we'll go round the back of the hill and have a look at the Chorley Lakes and then come back in that way.
Alright.
That's what I'd planned anyway. So, this is my mate James. Hello James.
Hello. Hello. Finally able to come up?
I know, we've been talking about this for ages, because James and I work together at the BBC, like so many of the guests on board this airplane so far. It's a bit of a beep fest. But yeah, we work together and we're both pretty enthusiastic about aviation.
Every time I've tried to come up with you, the weather's been bad, hasn't it?
Yeah.
We've ended up in the pub.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
So do you mainly just use vision for direction?
Yeah. The rules are out of cloud, inside of the surface, and VFR, visual flight rules, as opposed to IFR, which is instrument flight rules, which is what the airliners would fly when they're in cloud and what have you. You can feel there's a bit of a wind today because we're sort of pointing in that direction, but we're actually travelling in more that direction. So I'm going to just come to the left a little bit to counteract that, and we'll basically follow this motorway.
So what are we aiming for?
We'll go up here. So if you see that again, we're basically going to track up the motorway. I think we're going up this one here. Yeah, we'll follow the M66 up towards Bury. So that wind farm there is what we're looking at ahead.
And how high is that?
Well, peak of the wind farm, 1,877. So we wouldn't.
So that's higher than us.
Yeah. But now that we're over this blue line here, we're now outside of the airspace that limits us to 1,800. So we can climb again now.
Power.
So full power. Raise the nose till the airspeed comes back to about 80 miles an hour.
With a full tank of fuel, what's the range on one of these?
About 4 hours.
Okay.
So we'd probably be fine for 2.5 to 3 before we'd start with a squeaky bum time.
So in terms of mileage, how far could you get?
Well, that depends on wind, because we're doing 90 miles an hour roughly, there or thereabouts, in airspeed terms. But obviously our ground speed is different. But if you've got a 20 mile an hour headwind, you've got to factor that in.
Yeah.
A little bit of a bump there. You get a few bits of thermals. You get a little bit of wind coming up off the hills, and because it's so light.
How much does it weigh?
450 kilos max takeoff weight, which is sod all when you think I weigh 78.
Hey, you're like this. I'm going to go to London on Sunday.
Yeah.
90 quid for the train, or 85 quid, something like that. Or 9.99 on Ryanair to Cologne.
You're kidding.
And 8 quid from Cologne to Stansted. So I'm going to spend the day in Cologne and then go.
You're joking.
No, I'm not joking. No.
That's unbelievable, mate.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
1,800 feet on the QNH 1015.
What we'll do is we'll follow the motorway here and just go south of Blackburn. It's a compromise between following the rules of the road of, keeping it on your left, and also trying to avoid actually overflying really built up areas, because if we did lose the engine, you want somewhere to glide clear, so you'd be thinking, well, here's a load of fields, there's some massive power cables, so you'd try and avoid that if you could. I'd probably turn around and go somewhere behind us, a lot of clean looking fields there with a few sheep, they'd soon run out of the way.
I mean, I know the theme so far has been disaster, but say we did lose the engine at this altitude, how much gliding time would you have?
About 2 minutes.
Alright. So you've got a bit of thinking time.
Yeah, you've got a bit of thinking time. I mean, there's a golf course.
So basically,
right there.
you need to spot somewhere straight away.
Yeah, well, I'm always looking for something. There's a golf course right behind us, so I just land on the fairway.
Yeah.
And you'd probably be able to use the plane again unless I really bollocksed it up. But you would avoid all these power cables, because that would make Superbus.
Yeah.
So what made you think of this Cologne trip then? What sparked that?
Well, I saw the train for 85 quid, and I thought there's got to be a cheaper. I mean, there is the megabus, but I don't want to do that.
Every man's got his limits.
Yeah. I've done that once before after missing the train. And I thought never again.
Yeah. I did a megabus from Newcastle to Edinburgh once. That was pretty horrific.
Oh, I bet. They used to do a sleeper one. Yeah. But they stopped it.
Yeah, the sleeper was great.
So yeah, I just thought, why not? Quite like Germany, as you know.
Yeah. Yeah, James was on my stag do to Hamburg. We had 3 nights there. A fair bit of alcohol was consumed.
Yeah, just a bit.
A little bit. Oh, tell us a story about you in Hamburg with the hostel and the taxi. That's unbelievable. James has got a thing about just doing one on a night out.
So yeah, everybody who knows me knows that. I mean, if I went missing on a night out, I don't reckon I'd be found for days, because people would be like, oh, he's just done his disappearing act. So I reach a stage where I know I have to go home. And rather than saying bye to people, or rather than try and be persuaded into staying, I just go. It's easier.
What makes you get to that stage?
I don't know.
Tiredness or?
No, pissed. Because I wouldn't do it sober. I mean, I'd say bye to people.
Yeah. Show a bit of human decency.
And so I did this disappearing act on the Reeperbahn in Hamburg about 3 o'clock in the morning, and quickly realised they didn't know where the hell we were staying. I think it was the first night.
Because we'd just been hanging around as a group.
So I got in the taxi, and I remember saying to the driver, I'm staying where everybody stays, the big hostel.
Practice plan, Victor Yankee,
and he knew.
5-2 practice plan.
Victor Yankee, Tango 5-2, what radar practice plan and knowledge passing message?
It's a practice pad, not a proper one, so that's alright.
Yeah.
So you got in the cab.
Yeah, and I remember, it's all a bit of a blur, but I remember thinking, there's no way I'm ended up at this hostel tonight.
Yeah. You took a bit of a punt with that. I mean, he could have taken you anywhere.
He could have given me a tour of Hamburg and charged me 50
out of the country.
Yeah, but he took me straight there, and I remember looking out the window of the cab thinking, he's got this right.
I mean, I've heard Welshmen that are worth quite a lot in the black market.
1017, report your left camera check complete.
So if we were to lose the engine, say, so the engine goes to idle like that, you hold the nose up, you see the airspeed starts to bleed off, so we'd be looking for a field, and we might think, well, what do we fancy? We're actually aiming into wind at the minute already. There's a field down there that looks quite nice. You just keep your 70. Won't go any lower than 1,000 feet here because we don't want to irritate anybody. In fact, I think we'll probably go for... That's got a horse in it, we won't go for that. We'll go for this one behind this farm here. Just beyond the fence line. So there's 1,000, we'd be in there with flaps, would be in there.
Yeah.
At full power and we'll climb away.
And what did that take? About 30 seconds? A minute?
Yeah. And during that time, we should also try and restart the engine.
Yeah.
Check the fuel's still on and check that all these switches are still on. And you'd also call Mayday and tell them, try and give them an accurate position on where you are to help them, avoid you, to get help to you as soon as possible.
What radar identified traffic service?
There's 1800, we'll stop at 1800 because that's our height that we come back in at.
Heading 15070, Victor 5.
And given the lowering sun, we'll make a turn to the right, so clear down your side, clear down mine.
So have you done any day trips lately to different airfields?
The last one I did was down to Coventry with Lizzie.
Yeah, I saw the video of that.
And I met plain old Ben today, and he was ribbing me saying that I ought to be doing more landaways, which I will do, and he's right, to be fair, Ben, if you're watching. But I'm just, building up confidence, and it's less stressful for me if I'm taking up passengers and having a chat. I'm flying around in an area that I'm familiar with, so I can afford to chat more and worry less about where I'm going and what I'm doing. I'm just going to talk to Wharton radar.
Okay. 8 Alpha, St. Anne's Pier, 600 feet, maintaining 1019.
Golf Charlie Delta Oscar Alpha, changing to Barton information on 120.250.
Golf Oscar Alpha, roger, thanks for the call, good day.
Many thanks for your help, Golf Oscar Alpha. So we're already squawking VFR, so we've flicked back to Barton. So there's the Reebok underneath us.
Yeah.
There's the chill factor, you see the slope?
Oh, yeah.
In front of the chill factor there's this collection of industrial buildings, which is another VRP or visual reference point called the Halton Industrial Estate.
Golf Echo Romeo.
So we use that.
Circuits to the northwest going on radio.
You see the Reebok there, look?
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to get a call into Barton. Barton information, Golf Charlie Delta Oscar Alpha, request join.
Golf Charlie Delta Oscar Alpha, Barton information, hello, pass your message.
Golf Charlie Delta Oscar Alpha, Eurostar Microlight, Barton to Barton, currently 2 miles south of Reebok Stadium, altitude 1,800 feet, QNH 1019, 2 POB.
Golf Oscar Alpha, roger, runway near 26 right, circuit right hand, the QFE 1018, squawk 7365.
26 right, circuit right hand, QFE 1018, and squawk 7365, Golf Oscar Alpha.
Oscar Alpha, correct. Our traffic, say Cessna 150, just left the ATZ out towards the local area.
We'll keep a lookout for traffic, Golf Oscar Alpha. So 7, 3, 6, 5. This is what shows up on flight radar. That's the transponder.
Oh, okay.
And those squawk codes are specifically given out by various places. Some places have more than others. Barton has 1, 7365. So it means that any controller looking at us on radar, i.e. Manchester or Wharton or whatever, they know that if we're squawking that, we're listening to Barton.
Right.
So if we started climbing, there's that other aircraft there, we'll just show them the wing.
Yeah.
So if we started climbing and they thought we were going to bust into their airspace, the Manchester controller could ring the Barton FISO in the control tower and say, are you talking to Oscar Alpha? And they'd be like, yeah, he's on our frequency. And then they could come on to me and say, what you doing? Cool your heels, pal.
You end up getting a bollocking.
Yeah, you would. Well, I've enjoyed this, mate. It's been nice to take you up.
Yeah, it's been a nice evening as well.
Yeah, it is a nice evening. It's reasonably smooth air, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
Golf Hotel Alpha, using the right-hand side of runway.
This is great, this system.
I bet, it looks good.
Take off at your discretion, 2607.
But you don't have to have that then, that's
No.
Just
you don't have to have that or that. All you legally need to have is an up-to-date chart.
That was the traffic looking on the M60.
Absolutely solid coming this way, but not too bad going well our direction.
Back, yeah.
At the Trafford Centre there, all lit up.
No, I went there earlier.
Did you?
Walked in and walked out. Half term, innit?
Oh Christ. Rather you than me. Golf Oscar Alpha, dead side descending.
Golf Oscar Alpha, report downwind.
We'll go Golf Oscar Alpha. Okay, so our downwind checks, fourth checks, fuel sufficient for go around, altimeter is set, wind is okay, straight down the runway 10 knots. Traffic, we know about Tony's aircraft, shouldn't affect us at the moment. Hatches and harnesses are tight. Harnesses nice and tight, good.
Confirm you still require fuel?
Got a call in here.
Standing by.
Golf Oscar Alpha, late downwind to land.
Golf Oscar Alpha, report final. There's no known traffic ahead.
We'll go Golf Oscar Alpha.
Golf November Whiskey, we're now established on a right base behind Oscar Alpha.
Golf November Whiskey, report final.
We'll go Golf November.
Right hand edge of 26 right. Oh, it's just chock-a-block everywhere, isn't it?
Yeah, doesn't look good.
Oh, I've got the other aircraft behind us.
Pilgrim, roger. One on final and one on base.
Okay, let's have the other two stages of flaps in here. So stage 2, stage 3 and retrim. And we want 60 to 65 on the speed. Golf Oscar Alpha, final to land 26 right.
Golf Oscar Alpha, using the right-hand side 26 right, land at your discretion, 2607 knots.
Golf Oscar Alpha.
Golf Oscar Alpha, vacate left when safe to do so.
Vacating left, Golf Oscar Alpha. Oh, look at the choppers.
Oh yeah.
What I'm expecting is they'll let the Lynxes move across and park. Then
Are they based here then?
no, they're military. They're just here for fuel.
Oh right.
And then they'll backtrack November Whiskey and then ask us.
Enter backtrack runway 26 left.
Enter 26 left and backtrack. We'll follow November Whiskey.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much
Thank
for
you,
watching,
and look,
everyone. Great to have you on board, James.
Yeah, it was good to finally get on.